Barbados Royals are crowned the queens of the Massey Women's CPL once again. And at the head of the Royals table is their outstanding leader, Hayley Matthews.
Yeah, the Royals, champions of the Massey Women's Premier League, a 4-wicket win they completed over the Trinbago Knight Riders in the final at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. That was within the last 30 minutes now. TKR were sent to bat and they found themselves in early trouble at 10 for 2 after 3 overs, losing captain Deandra Dottin for 6, bowled by opposite number Hayley Matthews, and India's Jemima Rodriguez caught and bowled by the returning Chanel Henry for 2. Another Indian, Shikha Pandey, 28, found a partner in all-rounder Janelia Glasgow, 24, and the pair put on 43 from 48 deliveries for the 3rd wicket, briefly stabilising the Knight Riders' innings. But seamer Alia Elaine produced a match-winning spell of 4 for 21 from 4 overs to eventually restrict the home side to 93 for 8 from their allotment. Chasing 94 for victory, Royal skipper Matthews and Sri Lankan all-rounder Shamari Athapattu smashed 48 of the first 6 overs before Matthews' 11 was dismissed by the 16-year-old local Samara Ramnath. The Knight Riders continued to rally, allowing just 39 runs for the next 5 wickets. But with the experience of the Sri Lankan skipper at one end, the Royals were guided home at 96 for 4 in 15 overs. Athapattu top scored for the Royals with an unbeaten 42. So, Hayley Matthews and the Barbados Royals have successfully defended their Women's Caribbean Premier League title, Lance and Mariah.
Yeah, I have to say congratulations, first of all, to the Barbados Royals. They were the best team in this competition, without a doubt. Ricardo and Lance, match after match. It was a bit shocking that they lost to TKR in yesterday's matchup. But for me, they had one of the best players ever. Hayley Matthews, of course, an outstanding all-rounder, getting the job done with bat and ball when necessary. And of course, her captaincy is one that, you know, the way she goes about her duties is so impressive. So for me, they were the most exciting team in this competition. Young Alia Alien, so good to see her today picking up those 4 wickets. Also, the energy that was brought by Kiana Joseph, also very impressive and must be mentioned for me. So for me, this was the cream of the crop, and they rose.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mariah. The right team won the tournament. They were the most consistently good team in the tournament throughout, led, of course, skillfully by Hayley Matthews in every department, batting, bowling, and captaining. Her field placing and the way she presided over her unit was really impressive. Hayley Matthews is special. There's no question about it. You said they were shockingly beaten in the last group match a couple of nights ago, and you could say that, although they did swap out some of their key players for some younger players to get them some time in the middle. And they dropped Jemima Rodriguez about 3 or 4 times in that match, which was part of the reason why they lost. But outside of that, they were just the best team. And there was nothing about the Ghana Amazon Warriors or TKR during this tournament that suggested that any of those teams could or should challenge for the title. So the right team won. A bit of a flurry of wickets lost to the end there while they were in the run chase, Barbados Royals. Back-to-back wickets, and then about 2 overs after that, another wicket. So they lost more wickets than they probably should have in getting to the total. But not surprising that they won, and a title richly deserved.
Yeah, title richly deserved indeed. I do believe that had Stefani Taylor played the entire tournament for the Ghana Amazon Warriors, things could be slightly different. Maybe not them winning the title, but definitely at least being in the final. Let's hear, though, from the 2 captains in the championship match, Hayley Matthews and Deandra Dottin.
Hayley, congratulations. I think we better start. We were going to talk earlier with the Player of the Tournament award. You were outstanding. How good did it feel? How do you rate your own performance this tournament?
Yeah, I think I had a pretty good time. Obviously, as an all-rounder, I tried my best to be able to contribute with the bat and the ball. So I think it was pretty good that I was able to get some stories at the beginning of the tournament. Would have probably liked to get a bit more runs towards the end. But yeah, still happy that I was able to do something with the ball as well.
Yeah, we saw you take a couple screamers catches as well in the field. But I think it was really your captaincy that was really outstanding. Great strategy, great awareness in the field. Do you feel you're developing even more as a captain?
Yeah, I think I'm learning a lot. I've obviously had the opportunity to captain the West Indies team for the last few years, and I'm definitely someone who is really open to just continuing to learn. So I'm really happy with the way we've been able to go about this year. Obviously going back to back now, and yeah, it definitely means a lot to me, and I know the Barbados supporters as well.
I know this is not the end of the result you would like to have been on, but how would you sum up your campaign and your team's campaign?
I just say it's not the end result I wanted, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm very proud of the team that we have. You know, we've worked really hard. It's very hard to come back from losing 2 games to the finals. So I'm very proud.
Yeah, you guys have been resilient, and of course the world is so pleased to see you back. You back with runs, you back with some tremendous catches in the field. How excited are you for the upcoming World Cup?
I'm definitely excited, you know.
Yeah, Deandra Dottin there speaking with Alex Jordan, and before her, Hayley Matthews, the captain of the Barbados Royals and the player of the tournament, Hayley Matthews. And as Alex just pointed out, Deandra Dottin expected to be back in West Indies colours, having been named to the World Cup squad, the World Cup T20 that is for the women, set for October 3 to 20 in the United Arab Emirates. But Lance, you started the point relating to Hayley Matthews and just her overall importance and just being a high-class player in all aspects of the game, the batting, the bowling, the fielding as well, because she took some very good catches, and the captaincy, which Alex Jordan pointed out in terms of how she led this Barbados Royals team. And she just pointed out in that interview that she is still learning, and she learned a lot throughout the course of this tournament, which can only be good for West Indies cricket and the leadership that will be required come the T20 World Cup later this year.
Yeah, that's for sure. And she presided over a couple of interesting talent in her setup. Alia Alain got a lot of wickets today, and she's picked on the West Indies T20 World Cup squad, which is good for her, because I think she has some quality. She bowls wicket to wicket. She has reasonably good pace, and she's still young, so I like her as a bowler. But Hayley Matthews was in charge of a team in this tournament that were destined to win. They, of course, were defending champions, so they had the confidence of what they had achieved last year. But no question that Hayley Matthews' leadership in every aspect would have been a huge contributor to the Royals' success.
And what I like is from the Barbados Royals team, and Aliyah mentioned it today when asked about her 4 wickets, is the fact that they're enjoying their game. Aliyah spoke about the fact that once she enjoys what she's doing, she of course comes up with those wickets, and we saw that today, the dancing. Look at Hayley Matthews there giving Shamila Connell a taste of what she did, because the last time she took a wicket, that was her celebration. So Hayley decided to give it right back to her, and I think, you know, this is what makes the CPL the biggest party in sport, the fun that the athletes get the opportunity to have, and then we see quality cricket as well. I love that celebration.
Yeah, and of course, I'm sure would have been a candidate for the celebration of the tournament. But also, we saw your sister Mariah, Karishma Ramrat, getting the catch of the tournament. That must have been a pretty close one, with a super catch that both yourself and Lance voted as the SportsMax class moment a week ago from Erin Burns, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how those catches are judged or who judges.
It's what you like.
Yeah, so I guess...
it's what you estimate to be the best catch of the tournament.
No, but who estimates it to give them the prize? That's the point I'm trying to make.
I suspect commentators, the player, the captains would be involved as well, and coaches would be involved as well. So it would be a vote across a number of individuals. Yeah, there's the catch.
One
leaping
hand.
high, one hand, right hand. Yeah, good catch.
Yeah, so she won the catch of the tournament. Really, really happy for her, because I know her team did not get the result that they wanted. Guy and Amazon Warriors went into this competition thinking that they would at least make the final, as you said, Ricardo. Lost Stephanie Taylor for some of the key matches, so happy that that can put a smile on her face and lift her spirits.
Yeah, a quick comment on the squad that has been named for the T20 World Cup. I'm a little disappointed to see Glasgow not getting into this unit. and happy to see Nerissa Crafton getting an opportunity. I remember her in the Windward Islands tournament back in February, hitting a 95 ball, 125 against the Leewards. And I hope that Crafton will grab this opportunity with both hands. But again, I feel a little disappointed that Glasgow didn't make this cut, because I think she's an aggressive batter, which the West Indies needs, because too many times we are seeing them play and they are not aggressive enough, or they're not scoring quickly enough, or they're not getting the ball off the square as deliberately as they should to compete against some of the world's best teams. And I see Glasgow batting in a way that suggests to me that the team kind of needs a little bit of her attitude. So I'm a little disappointed she didn't get in.
Yeah, I'm pleased generally with what I see. I think it's a good all-around squad. I just hope that the ladies can capitalize now with the time that they have from now till the World Cup to, of course, work on those areas that they know personally they need to improve. But where I'm concerned, I'm okay with the squad. What about you?
Yeah, I think what jumped out at me with this squad was Shadeen Nation, the 37-year-old Jamaican, being named. And it's not that I don't think she is a good cricketer, because I do think, especially with the bat, whether it be in that number 6, number 7 position, she could have a lot to offer, and especially depending on how you utilize someone like a Chanel Henry as well.
Yeah.
It does make the team stronger that you have Hayley Matthews, Stefani Taylor and Deandra Dottin all back in, players who can really take the game away from opponents. But I genuinely thought that the selectors had done away with Shadeen Nation. But at 37 years old, Lanson Mariah, she does make a return to the squad. And I personally believe that she could be handy. But at 37, you still also get the feeling, well, if you don't do it now, then this is going to be it going forward.
Yeah, for sure. She will be under a bit of pressure, and I'm using that word very loosely, to, of course, put up those performances. As you said, Ricardo, at 37, I don't know how she's going to run between the wickets. We saw a bit of her running during the Women's CPL. She looked fine. So for me, I always tend to believe age is just a number, and you're as young as you feel. But in sport, it's a bit different. So we wait and see, of course, if she can do the firepower hitting that we know she's capable of doing. I think where batting is concerned, she'll be very, very important for us. But that point that you made, if you don't fire for this World Cup, might be the end of.
Yeah, very much the case. Of course, she seems to have fully recovered from the injuries that plagued her in recent years, was part of the Sri Lanka tour this summer, and she gets the nod for the World Cup as well. So yeah, Hayley Matthews and the Barbados Royals, champions of the massive Women's Caribbean Premier League for the 2nd year in a row. They now have 2 titles. Trinbago Knight Riders won. The Ghana Amazon Warriors, the other team to play the Women's CPL, they are yet to get off the mark. Maybe 2025 will be their year. It's our time to take a break. We'll be back with Interactive to close today's show.